Human sexuality is a fundamental aspect of our existence, influencing everything from our biology to our deepest emotional bonds. But how important is it, really? Today, we examine the scientific and psychological evidence to find an answer. From an evolutionary perspective, sex is the mechanism of survival. However, in humans, it evolved to serve a dual purpose. Beyond procreation, sexuality became a powerful driver for pair bonding, a survival strategy that provided stability for rearing offspring. The foundation of this bonding lies in our complex endocrine system, the chemical architecture that governs our physical and emotional responses. Central to this is oxytocin, often called the love hormone. It is released during intimacy, fostering trust and deep emotional connection. Simultaneously, dopamine is released, activating the brain's reward system and creating a powerful physiological incentive for closeness. Regular intimacy has been scientifically linked to improved cardiovascular health and a more robust immune response. It also acts as a potent stress reliever. Physical intimacy significantly reduces cortisol, the body's primary stress hormone. Furthermore, the biochemical shift following intimacy promotes deeper, more restorative sleep, essential for overall well-being. While the physical benefits are clear, the psychological impact of sexuality is perhaps even more profound for our mental health. For many, healthy sexuality is closely tied to self-esteem, personal identity, and the feeling of being desired and valued. It provides a unique space for vulnerability. Sharing one's body requires a level of trust that can strengthen the psychological safety of a bond. This vulnerability, when met with care, helps individuals regulate their emotions and find comfort within the relationship. In an increasingly isolated world, physical closeness serves as a powerful countermeasure to feelings of loneliness and detachment. Moving into the relational sphere, intimacy serves as a primary language for maintaining long-term partnership stability. It is a profound communication tool, allowing partners to express affection and desire in ways that words often cannot capture. Studies suggest that healthy intimacy can act as a buffer during times of conflict, facilitating easier reconciliation and repair. While frequency varies between couples, mutual satisfaction with intimacy is one of the strongest predictors of overall relationship quality. However, it's vital to address common myths. The spark of early romance often evolves into something more stable and profound. Desire is not static, it changes as relationships mature, shifting from spontaneous passion to a more responsive and cultivated intimacy. Understanding responsive desire is crucial. It means intimacy often begins with physical closeness rather than a pre-existing mental drive. As we age, our biology shifts, but the importance of intimacy remains constant throughout the entire human lifespan. Hormonal transitions like menopause or andropause can change physical responses, requiring communication and adaptation. Adapting our definition of intimacy, focusing on closeness, touch, and connection, allows for continued fulfillment regardless of physical changes. Chronic health conditions can also impact sexual function, yet the emotional need for intimacy often increases during times of illness. It is a universal human experience. Recognizing the intimacy needs of people with disabilities is an essential part of inclusive health education. Finally, we must consider how our societal and cultural frameworks shape our understanding of what is normal or important. Throughout history, attitudes toward sexuality have fluctuated wildly, often influenced more by policy than by biology. Today, we are moving toward a more nuanced, evidence-based narrative that prioritizes consent, health, and mutual respect. Central to any discussion of importance is the concept of consent, the ethical foundation of healthy human interaction. Consent must be freely given, reversible, informed, enthusiastic, and specific. It is an ongoing dialogue, not a one-time event. Practicing ethical intimacy involves respecting personal boundaries and prioritizing the well-being and comfort of all participants. Comprehensive sexual education is vital for providing individuals with the knowledge and tools they need to navigate their lives safely. Anatomical literacy, understanding how our bodies function, is the first step toward bodily autonomy and informed decision-making. In an age of widespread misinformation, access to evidence-based resources is essential for individual and public health. Mental health professionals increasingly recognize the integration of sexual health into overall psychological treatment plans. Addressing sexual concerns in therapy can help individuals overcome trauma, improve communication, and enhance relational satisfaction. A trauma-informed perspective acknowledges the deep impact of past experiences and prioritizes safety and empowerment in education. Modern education also emphasizes that human sexuality exists on a vast spectrum, moving beyond rigid binary categories. Recognizing the diversity of gender identities and sexual orientations is crucial for fostering an inclusive and respectful society. Globally, attitudes and laws regarding sexuality vary significantly, reflecting a complex interplay of history, religion, and policy. As we look toward the future, technology is playing an increasingly significant role in how we understand and experience intimacy. Digital tools, from tracking apps to telehealth platforms, are expanding access to sexual health information and services. However, these innovations also bring new ethical challenges, from data privacy concerns to the impact of virtual environments on real-world bonds. Expanding our view to the long term, research suggests a compelling link between regular intimacy and overall longevity. Population studies have observed that individuals maintaining active intimacy often experience lower rates of all-cause mortality. Beyond the physical, intimacy provides a psychological buffer, protecting against the onset of depression and cognitive decline in later life. The neurochemical activity associated with closeness helps maintain synaptic plasticity, a key factor in preserving cognitive function over decades. This physical-mental link underscores that intimacy is not an optional luxury, but a core component of a healthy human life. So how do we cultivate this important aspect of our lives? It begins with intentionality and shared understanding. Building intimacy requires a holistic approach, focusing on non-sexual touch, quality time, and open, honest communication. Developing the skills to talk about desires and boundaries is perhaps the most important relational tool a couple can possess. Like a garden, a healthy, intimate life needs regular tending, consistent effort that prioritizes the needs and growth of both partners. It is also important to value intimacy beyond the act itself, finding connection in the quiet moments of shared life and mutual support. At a societal level, promoting sexual health is a vital part of a comprehensive public health strategy for every nation. Evidence shows that when societies prioritize comprehensive education, they see significant improvements in community health and well-being. Access to health services and accurate information directly correlates with reduced rates of infections and unintended pregnancies. Ultimately, knowledge is empowerment. Education provides the foundational tools for bodily autonomy and healthy, safe interactions. Our journey reveals that sexuality is an intricate tapestry woven from our biology, our minds, and our most precious relationships. By deconstructing its complexity with scientific rigor, we can appreciate its true importance as a driver of human connection and health. As we continue to learn and evolve, may we prioritize a vision of intimacy that is inclusive, ethical, and deeply informed by the science of care. Thank you for joining us in this study of intimacy. May your connections be strong, your health robust, and your understanding ever deepening. This has been The Science of Connection. Continue the journey toward a healthier, more connected world. Good night.